We have spent the last 4 days on board Independence of the Seas. Today it is time to leave and head up the coast to Port Everglades, where we board our next cruise.
But before we get off the ship and head up towards Fort Lauderdale, we are going to go up to the Windjammer Cafe and get some breakfast. We stayed on the ship as long as we possibly could because we're not going to be able to get on to Liberty of the Seas until about 11:30. So we're staying on board the ship as long as we could. There was 3 calls for the last chance to get off, and someone's just come and told us that we need to go now. So it's time to go.
Feeling very sad, but it's hard to be sad when you are getting on a new ship in like 3 hours maybe?
I'm a bit confused as to why they're kicking us out when the queue is so massive. We're better off staying where we were.
Off ship number 1. Pro tip for getting through the terminal quicker is take the stairs. The queue for the lift was like 200 plus strong. Stairs, nobody.
The escalator is obviously broken, which is causing the palaver. As you saw in our boarding video, we have to carry our bags onto the ship and off the ship, so it means that we don't have to go by luggage tags. We can just get off whenever we want because we don't have bags to collect. Happy days. We are now off of the ship. There are plenty of ways to get from here at Miami Port to Fort Lauderdale Port, but we are going to go with an Uber because it is the quickest, most convenient way and probably the cheapest way to do it.
We've just had a look for an Uber and we were told it would be between $35 and $45 to get from here to Fort Lauderdale. We've just had a look at Uber and with a 20% off discount code, we're looking at $68. Sorry, $67. But even still, we're maybe going to wait about half an hour just to see if the price maybe comes down a little bit because it is mega busy with everyone getting off the ship just now. So I think if we wait half an hour, 45 minutes, then we'll still get to the ship for our boarding time on Liberty of the Seas, and hopefully the Uber might come down in price just a little bit. Stick a comment on this video down below if you've ever gotten an Uber between Port Miami and Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale and how much it costs you. Just a quick Uber update. We have managed to book a wait and save. It says it'll be between 2 and 10 or 15 minutes waiting, and it's only $53. So it's a fair chunk less than the $68 that was originally quoted on the app. So we're getting it cheaper, and we're going to be about 10 minutes until we're heading off to Port Everglades.
Our Uber is secured. It really didn't take that long to wait, maybe 10 minutes. Totally worth the saving. So we're going to get our bags on and go to the meeting point for the Ubers. Still waiting. There is a lot of cars though, so I think he's just stuck in a bit of traffic. It's crazy. Crazy. Thing is, it's only 10:10, but people seem to be arriving already. Unless some of the other ships board earlier than Royal, I don't know. It's carnage. Just be prepared for carnage when you get off a ship in Miami. He's here! Let's go! Oh. Hello, how you doing?
Miami Port is crazy, isn't it? Sorted. Let's go.
We've made it out of the carnage of the Port of Miami terminal and into our Uber. We're going to head to Port Everglades from here. I think it's about 40 to 50 minutes from here, depending on the traffic. And then because of the time we had to wait at the port, we should be able to pretty much get straight on board Liberty of the Seas, and we shouldn't have too much waiting around. first sighting of the Liberty of the Seas.
Either that drive went incredibly quickly, or Miami and Fort Lauderdale are even closer than I had realised. Because that was quick. We have arrived, and we're going to go and see if we can just get straight on. The time is 10 to 11, so I think we should get on. We're going to try. The Uber ride ended up only taking about 35 minutes, and it was only $58. So 35 minutes, $58. We're here before 11. Happy days. Good start to the day. Hi, how you doing? That's us boarded. It is so quick. Royal have it nailed down to a T. It's always easy. This is our first time in Fort Lauderdale port, and it's really well laid out. It seems like it's fit for purpose, and we're through in no time. Happy days.
There does not look to be a big queue here at all for boarding, and it's moving. So it looks like we're going to get pretty much straight onto the ship.
I cannot believe how quick that is. It is 10 past 11, and we've not quite touched foot on ship yet, but we're very nearly there. Hi, welcome. Hi, welcome. Hi, welcome. We are stepping on board in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're on.
We have literally just walked on to Liberty of the Seas, and it has been less than 1.5 hours since we walked off of Independence of the Seas. Less than an hour and a half to get from Miami to Fort Lauderdale port, get off one ship, get on another ship. That's pretty efficient. I will say one thing, Royal does loads of things really well, and one of them is definitely the boarding. Debarkation can sometimes be a bit dodgy, but the boarding is always so efficient and just runs so smoothly every single time.
We've been on the ship for 5 minutes. Muster is done. We can now go and explore the ship, maybe sit down so we can get these bags off. And yeah, easy peasy. Love it. So we're just gonna sit here and chill and look at the amazing view. This is our first time in Fort Lauderdale port, so we've got some different views to look at. And when we get into our room, we'll show you what it's like. That's our staterooms ready, so let's go and see what we've got. 2671? 2671. Woohoo! Got my one. Yes! Let's go. The bed looks huge. Or is it just an illusion because the room's small? This looks nice. Do you know what I like instantly compared to Independence? Is that they don't have this table because we didn't use it and it just got in the way. Bonus. So if you watched our Independence boarding day video, you'll have already seen that we did a tour of a room really similar to this one. If you didn't see it, go check it out. So we're just going to quickly go through the differences between this room and the last room. Starting with the biggest difference, we don't have an ocean view this time. It's an interior room, so they've swapped out our porthole for a mirror. There's something very disappointing about seeing yourself instead of the sea. But we're used to interiors, it's fine, but we really loved the porthole on the last ship, so oh well. Another change, we have our usual information bits, but we have tickets for our adventure, because we have actually booked a Royal Caribbean excursion, but you're gonna have to subscribe to the channel to see that because that's coming up in a new video. It'll be out soon. Stay tuned. And lastly, the only other noticeable difference is that this room is definitely shorter. The space to get around the side of your bed on both sides is a little snug. You may just have to kind of launch onto the bed from this end because they're a bit tight, which wasn't like that on the last ship, so it's definitely just a shorter room. But we'll make it work, we don't mind. But other than that, the bathroom is the same, even the light fittings at the side of the bed are the same. It's just all literally identical, just the big differences. So yeah, happy days.
Unlike our Independence boarding day video, we will be making it to the main dining room for the boarding day dinner, so we will see you there and we will actually show you what's on the menu this time. So it's now 7:15, it is time to go to the main dining room for our welcome aboard dinner.
This here is the problem with my time dining. You end up waiting in massive queues, even with a reservation.
So that's now us at our table. We have scored with this table, but it's not guaranteed with my time dining, so we were lucky today. I am thinking probably slow roasted prime rib, maybe. Or I might try the chicken sag.
Dessert?
Definitely key lime pie. That's an easy one. We never have a starter, none of the choices are normally our cup of tea, so we normally get a third main as a share in the middle. It's normally the curry option, so we'll maybe do that. Yum.
That is the end of our boarding day video here onto Liberty of the Seas. We have at least 2 or 3 videos coming from Liberty of the Seas and Lauderdale, the port we're going to be stopping at. So make sure you hit subscribe to the channel to check out those videos. Also, if you've enjoyed this one and made it this far, I think it deserves a like. We'll catch you on the next one.